Since 1882, the Bank of Versailles has been locally owned and operated. Lending decisions are made right here in our community by people who understand real estate in the area. The Bank of Versailles is your local home and farm loan specialist, offering knowledgeable staff and competitive fixed rates that are hard to beat. The Bank of Versailles, building relationships with the people in our local community for 142 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Jason Blankenship, owner of Jason Blankenship CPA LLC. As the year quickly draws to a close, it's time to start thinking about tax planning strategies for your farm and business. We are happy to meet with you and help you see where things stand for the year. We can also give you advice on ways to spend money to help you grow your business, all while maximizing your tax savings. No matter what your tax, payroll, or accounting needs are, Jason Blankenship CPA LLC has got you covered. Celebrating 10 years of service to the Central Missouri area and looking forward to many more. Give us a call at 573-557-2417 or stop by and see us at 401 East North Street in Eldon.
And we are back here at, I almost said Union, at Rolla at the Bluefish Shootout, where Class 2 Tipton is about to do battle with the Class 5 Union. I honestly don't know what their mascot is. I didn't.
Oh man, if you hadn't asked me, I'd have known.
Oh,
good.
If I just looked at their logo in complete honesty, I would tell you it's the University of Miami. I mean, they look just like the Hurricanes.
Lady Cats.
Lady Cats, thank you. It's going to be a battle tonight. These two teams actually saw each other earlier in the week on Thursday at their jamboree. But these Tipton Lady Cardinals, man, they don't do anything the easy way, Jason. It seems you could be really simple and say, hey, we're a Class 2 team. We're only going to play Class 2 teams. That's not really how these Cardinals fly.
No, they're a whole different type of breed of program. They approach every game and every season just like from square one. We're building. We're starting off. We have earned nothing. Culpeper pushes them. They go out, and they have to go take what they think is rightfully theirs, it seems like, every week. And, man, I just don't know how you keep a team like this focused on always being hungry when they've been so good for so long. But somehow they always come out, and I expect them to probably do it today as well.
I credit a lot of it to leadership, and it starts at the top with a great coaching staff that consists of assistant coaches Steve Carvajal and J.D. Schlotzhauer, and, of course, head coach Jason Culpeper. And prior to this game tipping off night, we had a chance to catch up with Coach Jason Culpeper, these Tipton Lady Cardinals, and ask him, hey, how's your squad look going into today's game?
They look good. Everybody's healthy. Starting to really hit our stride as far as getting in shape. Offensively, the girls have been looking better and better every day in practice. Worked some of the kinks out in the jamboree the other night, so we're excited to get out here and play today.
You know, a somewhat early morning game after a big night for Tipton football, where I know a lot of your athletes were probably out there in the crowd in the cold celebrating with the boys. Do you worry at all about a quick turnaround after a late night like that?
Nope, not really. It's what we prepare for. We try to put them in uncomfortable situations, so they're always prepared no matter what, the situation is. You want to do something special in the season, whether you're playing at 10:30 in the morning in a Rolla shootout or 10:30 in the morning in a semifinal game at Mizzou. You got to be ready to play no matter what, whether we play at 6 in the morning, 6 at night, 4 in the morning, doesn't matter. Our girls are going to be ready to go whenever they hit the floor.
Now, I know that the goal always remains the same, that in February you want to be holding a game in Mizzou Arena, a couple games for that matter. These games against Class 5 schools like this one here to start the season, is that why you incorporate those to kind of work towards that? And do you get a little more excited for the bigger schools like the one you're about to face here in Union? Yeah,
I think anytime you face good competition, it's exciting because you got to prepare like it's your last game kind of type situation where you gotta scout, you gotta go into it with the mindset of you don't know what's going to happen, you got to play well, you got to be on guard against anything that they're going to throw at you, and you got to be ready to make adjustments on the fly if something's not working, which again makes you prepared for whenever you get to March basketball and you hopefully get to Mizzou. You got to be ready to change things. Sometimes you got to be ready to girls have to be ready to change things. They have to be ready to put out max effort for 32 minutes. And, sometimes against big schools, you're going to have to give 32 minutes of effort.
What do you know about Union going into this game?
They're pretty strong, physical. They rebound the ball really well. You probably won't see a team block out better than them. All 5 girls typically go hit a body whenever it's shots are up. They do a really good job of blocking out. Defensively, they're very active. They try to create a lot of turnovers off of drives by poking the ball out. They have a number 23 for them. She's an extremely good player. She can really do about anything you could want a player to do at high school level. So they're a good team. We're excited to get to play them.
All right, and lastly, what do you need to see out of your girls tonight to secure a win?
Get after it from the tip. If we get after it from the tip, we attack the rim relentlessly. We'll knock down open shots when those are there. But I want to see us attack the rim and put them on their heels from the start.
That was head coach Jason Culpepper of these Tipton Lady Cardinals, as we are about a minute and a half away from game time. And Coach Vansel, you talked about this program. It's hard to stay hungry. But I'm going to be honest, I think it kind of has the opposite effect. We were talking on the way up about different athletes we've covered and just the generations of players and how it changes. I've got to believe there has to be something here about watching the players before you have success. I got to sit down with Charlie and Clara and the coaches yesterday, and as we did another episode of the Fast Break that'll be out later next week. But nonetheless, when I talked with them, asking Clara and Charlie, like, you've already won a state title. What is it? And they talk about, well, we saw the success ahead of us. We saw what Myra and Breyer and those groups did throughout the years. We want it, and we want more. I mean, It's almost like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, and you're right. One thing I've learned in the coaching world, no matter what sport, one thing that doesn't get probably mentioned as much is you're right about the kids. They all see that success in front of them. They want a taste of that. But to have a true program, you have to have a true community. And you have to have, the parents are just as important to this process as anything, and making these kids be in practice. A lot of their parents played in this program. They were Lady Cardinals as well. And just the whole thing is what Tipton's got going on right now. They got a whole town behind their programs. The parents are getting their kids to everything that need to be there, and there's expectations. So you're right, it is a kids, but I got to say, man, you got a little bit of everything making this program what it is.
Well, we'll take a quick break as we get to the national anthem. This is the Winter Shelton Real Estate pregame show, part of this Martin Metal broadcast. And we'll get ready for the starting lineups and your opening tip. When we come back, you're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Tipton One Stop is your ultimate convenience store destination on Highway 50 west in Tipton. Stop by for your favorite snacks, refreshing drinks, and a fresh meal from the in-store Subway restaurant. Plus, fill up your vehicle with quality Synex fuel. Tipton One Stop has the cleanest restrooms in town. Don't believe us? Find out for yourself. Tipton One Stop, open daily until 11:30. Proud supporters of Cardinal Athletics. Tipton One Stop, where convenience meets quality on Highway 50 west in Tipton.
California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been making happy customers for years with dedicated employees in sales and service. They're your hometown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram dealer and proudly serve the community and surrounding areas by offering new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as top-notch parts and service departments. Find out for yourself why their customers leave happy. California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on West Buchanan Street in California wants you to be another happy customer.
Your home like a cheese, protect my homes. Keep it cool and safe, no need to rules. Stop the rays before they invade your place. I can live in space, so sunny in the race. Be a champion, not a contender. With American Sun Control, you're the defender. Shield your home, make it bright and bold. American Sun Control, the story's sold. American Sun Control, the need to know for a cooler home. Come on, let's go.
Since 1944, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, Morgan County's only locally owned lumber yard, has been providing the area with quality building materials needed for its building, remodeling, and repair projects. Because customer care is Carpenter Gunther's #1 goal, your project is always their priority. They take as much pride in your project as you do. Reach them at 378-4433 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and 8 to noon on Saturday. Carpenter Gunther, where they put the home and hometown business.
And we are back getting ready for the opening tip, wrapping up the Winter Shelton Real Estate pregame show. By the way, if you're listening to this game, think, man, I wish I could watch that in person. MoSportsZone.com, or just download the new MoSportsZone app. We've got it for you there right now, meeting the starting lineups for the Tipton ladies in their home whites. Making her Tipton Lady Cardinal debut, Maddie Carvajal Jr., coming from Meadville. Heard lots of good things about this guard. Excited to see her out on the court. Joining her, number 10, Charlie Bailey, the outstanding senior. Number 24, Clara Williams, the junior guard. Number 45, Ava Schlotzhauer. And number 3, Anna Crane. Your starting lineup for your Tipton Lady Cardinals under head coach Jason Culpepper, assisted by J.D. Schlotzhauer and Mr. Carvajal. Jason, who have we got starting tonight for Union?
For Union, we have number 11, Ava Sykes. Number 12, Lucy Cohensfeld. Number 22, Fallon Blankenship. Number 23, Sophia Helling. And number 30, Isabel Gilbert. The Union Lady Cats are coached by head coach Pat Rapert, assisted by Reagan Yapert and Jet Bowkert.
All righty. Well, we are just about ready to get things underway. I just realized I forgot something very, very important here as we get ready for the opening tip. See if I can grab that real quick. And the opening tip will be controlled by the Lady Cardinals. I promise I'm doing something slightly important. I'll get to it in a minute. Right now on the opening possession for the Lady Cardinals, going to work it around the outside. A little high post, low post action. Williams gets inside, picks up the dribble, dishes it out to Bailey. She lines up a 3 off the iron, won't go, fight for the board. Tipped out of bounds, last touched by Union. Bailey will inbounds underneath her own basket. Screen set to the outside, trying to get the cutters inside. Tipton a little tough trouble getting the ball in. Finally, Bailey has to throw it up top. Williams has it, fakes the 3. She drives, splits 2 defenders, hangs in the air, shot too strong. Rebound controlled by Union.
That was a nice take.
Union looking to push the tempo up the floor. Trying to attack. Great defense played by Bailey, though. Unable to turn the corner. They dish it back out to the top of the key. Deadline 3 off the front iron, and what a board by Schlotzhauer. Ava going to bring it up the floor because don't all centers handle the ball? Over to Bailey. Williams thought about the shot, didn't want it. Works it back around. Carvajal thought about the screen. Instead, use a Bailey screen. Gives it up to Bailey. It's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Charlie. So an early turnover forced by Union.
Yeah, Ava didn't look like she was shy about bringing that up the court quick at all.
I've heard rumors of point guard Schlotzhauer at points in this season. Little half-court pressure being applied by Clara. Union trying to get their offense sparked. Neither team has scored in this game. We've got 7 minutes to play in this first quarter. This is the Carpenter-Gunther Lumber Company of Versailles' first quarter. Good pressure by Tipton. Forces the air pass out of bounds from Union. Early signs of that Tipton torture chamber we've grown to love.
Yeah, and Coach Rapert said that not turning the ball over against this Tipton team is going to be one of the key points if they're going to do well today.
Carvajal is the point guard. Skip pass to Bailey. Working against this zone, and they're going to say Bailey had that back foot out of bounds. So that's 2 early turnovers from this Tipton squad. Not something you see a lot from the Lady Cards.
First game jitters, if that's such a thing.
Knocking the rust off.
I don't think they get jitters.
No, but I think they do get upset when they don't score. We'll see how long. A little pick and roll action. High post out to the 3-point line. 3 lined up and knocked down. Big shot for the opening points of the game.
Isabel Gilbert.
Big bucket from Gilbert. Tipton back the other way. Looking for an answer of their own. Carvajal thought about the 3. Skips it to Bailey. Bailey, that's fantastic. Here, I'll swap you out, though. Bailey to the top of the key. It's Schlotzhauer. She drives. Dishes it out in the corner. A 3 lined up for Carvajal. Won't go. Offensive board. Schlotzhauer takes the contact. Puts it up. Shot nearly falls. But she'll go to the line for 2. And it turns out Ava's actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stands out in my mind is she's decent. I've never seen nothing like it last year whenever she went on that tear.
Oh, she is a fantastic free throw shooter, to say the least. As she knocks down the first, so the first points of the game for the Tipton Lady Cardinals go to Ava Schlotzhauer. Second free throw is short, so it's like seeing a unicorn out here.
Yeah.
And a near turnover, but Union able to hold on to it. That Tipton pressure causes some issues. Picked up at half court, able to find some help. Gets the ball to the left side. A jab move, skip pass. Another 3 lined up. Too strong off the back iron. Long rebound. Tipton wants to run with it. Clara Williams on the fast break. Gives it up. Carvajal's shot won't go. Rebound tipped around. Controlled by Union. Union back the other way now. It's been a fast-paced game. Shots just not falling. Union, though, dials up a 3 off the front iron. Rebound controlled by Bailey. Bailey over to Carvajal. the attack on the right side, gets into the lane. A lot of contact. The refs look at each other, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Oh.
Okay, I think I've got this all ironed out now. 3-1 is the Union lead over Tipton early in this Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter.
Tipton pressure.
Steal. Schlotzhauer comes up with it. Left hand off the glass. Counted in a foul.
They're going to give it to her? Good.
Ava Schlotzhauer, defense leading to offense. It's a lot of fun when your center, once again, can do that.
She got some handles for a big girl.
To be fair, I mean, the coaches, oh, no, they called it on the floor. Excuse me.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
So Tipton to inbounds. Around the outside, Schlotzhauer. She's going to try a three. Rattles off the iron, won't go, but Williams the offensive board. She fights inside, makes space. She's fouled and will shoot, too.
Well, she doesn't play like a small little girl, does she?
Clara Williams does not care about her height. She is playing like she is the tallest person on the floor at all times.
She's in there getting a rebound and this instantly takes it right back up aggressively.
So Clara's first free throw, up and good. Tipton cuts the lead to 1. 4:57 to play in this Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter. And this all part of our Martin Metal broadcast. Second free throw for Clara, up and good. So the Tipton Cardinals have scored all their points at the free throw line, but they've now matched Union at 3 apiece. A Tipton pressure being applied and a near steal, but instead they're going to call a reaching foul. I think that's going to go on Carvajal. Once again, Maddie Carvajal, they moved in from Meadville. Last year she averaged 8 steals per game. The year before that, 8.5 steals per game.
Not bad.
No, that's pretty decent. Bailey applying that pressure, as we've seen for 3 years now, forces the tie-up, and a jump ball going to be called.
Be interesting to see how Tipton responds. Union put in a 6'4" Ryland Wingenbach. Pretty tall, athletic-looking girl inside.
Tipton going to work the offense around the outside, trying to spread out this zone of Union. They run a 2-3. Clara with the skip pass. Carvajal steps back, drives inside, kicks it out. Bailey lines up a 3. Off the iron, won't go. Rebound fought for and dropped to the floor is Williams. You love the aggressiveness of Clara, but she was going up against Sophie Helling at 5'10", and Helling got the better of her. Once again, we are tied at 3 apiece, 4:22 to go here in the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter of action. Tipton and Class 5 Union here at the Bluefish Shootout. Tipton with just some full court man pressure. Long pass to break it down from Union, fighting inside. Drop of the defender, near steal by Bailey. It is a steal by Bailey. She throws it back to Williams. Williams ahead on the fast break, gets it to Crane. Crane takes the contact and nearly got the shot to fall, but she'll go to the line for 2 more.
Well, those Tipton girls are good when they get out on the open floor like that.
You get the feeling that it's like it's about to happen. Tipton is getting looks and they're just not going. I mean, all these free throws are because they're getting inside. Also, they've got some great looks from 3 that just aren't going yet. Crane's first free throw is short.
They'll get 1 or 2 to fall and they'll be off to the races.
Union runs a bit deeper bench than Tipton. Tipton will run about 6 deep. Whereas Union looks like they'll run 8 or 9. Second free throw for Crane is up and good, so Tipton has their first lead of this contest, 4-3 with 4:05 to go. Full court pressure again from Tipton. Ball's picked up just shy of half court, needing help, able to get it across. Finally, it's knocked loose, and give the credit there to Clara Williams applying pressure, and the guard just lost it off her leg. And a timeout going to be called by the Union bench. Tipton leads Union 4-3. With 3:56 to go in the first quarter, you're listening to KS-95 Sports.
What a game. It's 4th and goal. Winter Shelton drops back in shotgun. Here's the snap. Shelton bootlegs. He keeps it. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown! When it comes to winning and real estate, there's one team crushing the competition. Winter Shelton Real Estate Group.
Shelton is crushing it.
Look them up online and Facebook.
Winter Shelton's crushing it, yeah.
Have you ever gone into panic mode because you reach into your wallet and your debit card is not there? Hi, this is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. With the Umbrella app on your mobile phone, you can block your debit card with a quick tap of a button. 5 minutes later, you remember that it's in your pocket. No problem. Just go back in and unblock your card, and now it's business as usual. Ask us how you can enroll. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
Tipton with a 4-3 lead and possession out of the timeout on offense. They work the ball around the outside of this zone. Bailey has a thought about the three, steps into another one, gives it up to, I believe that's Petrie that has just checked into the game. Lara Petrie making her first appearance. It's skipped around. Schlotzhauer drives short corner, loses her footing, gives it up to Carvajal. Round to Bailey. Good ball movement. Petrie lines up a three. A little too strong off the back iron. Long rebound controlled by Union.
It was a good look. You know those shots are going to start falling at some point.
I love that these Cardinals are confident in their shot. When they get in the game, they've got the green light. Look at this pressure from Tipton. A double team you don't want to be in, as Union finally able to get the ball out. I mean, that was Bailey and Williams, I believe, applying that pressure. They go to the big down low. Good defense from Schlotzhauer as the shot is up off the board and rebounded by Carvajal.
Wingenbach at 6'4", that's a load to have to guard right there.
Schlotzhauer is about 5'10". Williams, she's got a look from three. Off the front iron, won't go. Offensive board. They give it to Schlotzhauer. Her shot too strong. Union with another board, so shots not falling for Tipton. On the drive, great take. Scoop shot won't go. That's got to be over the back.
Over the back.
Schlotzhauer still gets it ahead to Carvajal. Her layup up and good. First field goal of the game for the Lady Cardinals, and the first field goal as a Tipton Cardinal for one Maddie Carvajal.
Congratulations, young lady.
Timeout going to be called on the floor, but we will go ahead and hold it here. Jason, I know this is a weird thing to say. As Coach Culpepper, you're looking at the score and you're going, man, we've only scored 6 points. But you've shot the ball so poorly, but your defense has kept you right where you need to be. You've given up 3 points.
As long as you play defense like that, your offense will come. I mean, that's just a fact of life. You're going to get tons of opportunities when you play the kind of defense that the Lady Cardinals do. So it's early. It's the first game of the year. Everybody's getting the rust out, all the newness. So I expect Tipton to probably go on a pretty good run here at some point. But I got to give credit to Union. They're taking it right at Tipton, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they know what they're up against, and they're here to play, too, and they're trying to win. So credit to them because they're pretty aggressive as well.
Speaking of Tipton, if you weren't there and you didn't hear it, where were you last night? The Tipton boys captured the district championship in about as exciting a fashion as you can.
Man, that's an understatement.
A tie ball game at 36 apiece. Tie ball game. Tipton slowly matriculates all the way down the field, and then Dane Schlotzhauer, showing the poise of a seasoned veteran, stays in the pocket with the pressure coming and delivers a dime. 5 seconds to go to one Paxton Pyle, who scored the game-winning touchdown. And Tipton is now headed to the Final Four in football.
Coming back from Fatima, Jacob, my boys never usually listen to radio games much, but they're like, Dad, can you believe this? Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Like, this is one heck of a game.
Can you believe this guy calling this game? What is wrong with this man? Full court pressure from the Tipton ladies. That is a staple of this Tipton torture chamber. And ball tipped as it's thrown out of bounds. The possession will stay with Union. That is one thing over the years. I was begrudging to actually use the phrase torture chamber when talking about high school defense. Problem is Tipton kept doing it. I'm like, all right, it's fitting at this point.
Well, it is once they get it on you.
Union going to try to work around the outside. This is straight man defense from the Lady Cardinals. Trying to turn the corner on Bailey. Go into the short corner. Nothing there. Being denied now by Petrie. Bailey again with the defensive effort. They're trying to go big down low, but Schlotzhauer has handled the 6'4" player from Union very, very well.
Giving up 6 inches on her.
And a near steal from Carvajal. It's tipped out of bounds.
Black. There you go.
I mean, that's a place you don't want to be. You got Carvajal pressuring you on ball, trying to pick your pocket. You think I'm going to get rid of it. And Clara Williams is waiting for you.
Pick your poison.
Great team defense from the Lady Cards. 6-3 is the Tipton lead. 2 minutes to go, and this Carpenter got their first quarter. Clara gets inside, left hand just shy off the glass.
Boy, she makes it look easy, though.
Oh, once again, just the looks they're getting. You can tell this Tipton offense is going to be potent. It's just rusty right now. 3 lined up from Union. It's a long board. It's controlled by Petrie, and the Cardinals want to run. Ahead to Carvajal. A little spin move, loses her footing, blows a tire. Ball's loose on the ground, picked up by Williams at the top of the key. To the left side, Bailey goes to Schlotzhauer. She hits the crossover, and ball out of bounds. Like I said, just
a little sloppy today, but I mean it's beginning of the season, so
yeah, I'm not blaming it on anything. But once again, these girls were out at a football game last night. It was cold. I'm sure no one went to bed at a decent hour. Now you drive 2 hours to play a basketball game. This first quarter is going to be a little rusty.
Especially an emotionally draining game, probably like that would be.
Union struggling with the ball past half court. They do, and are greeted by a double team. Finally able to work it around the outside. Turn the corner at the free throw line. Skip pass. They go to the big down low. Schlotzhauer's there, and a nice double from Carvajal. 2 dribbles, strong move. Shot won't go. The defense from Schlotzhauer was there. That had to have been some kind of a foul. Play on. And diving on the floor with the tie-up, forcing the jump ball. That's going to be Rylan Wingenbach, 6'4", and a freshman.
6'4" freshman, good-looking freshman, man. It's probably going to grow a little bit, but yeah, she's got some decent size to go with the height.
Union with the ball. We've got 1:04 to play in this Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter. It's a steal. Pick in the pocket was Williams. She's off to the races. Layup counted and a foul.
And that's how things will turn quick for Tipton right there doing that.
There are rules to playing Tipton that maybe didn't get read to Union, and I'm going to tell you one of them. Rule number 1, if Clara Williams is even with you on a fast break and you have no help, leave the girl alone.
Yeah.
You've lost that race.
Yeah. Well, like the head coach of Union said, we cannot give up turnovers, because when anybody gives up turnovers to Tipton, they just capitalize, and this is what happens.
And the free throw good as well. So Clara able to turn the steal into 3, and a substitution for the Lady Cardinals. Checking back into the game is Anna Crane. She'll come in for Maddie Carvajal. So once again, this stifling full court pressure from Tipton, making life difficult for Union. They're able to work it around and get it across half court. Tipton racing back to get position ahead of steam, and a blocking foul going to be called on the Lady Cards.
And other than that 3 that Union knocked down, they've missed a couple, but I'll tell you what, inside the three-point line, they really haven't had a clean look.
No, that's
this whole quarter.
I mean, once again, that's kind of a staple of Tipton through the years of, if you want to take 30 feet threes, we'll let you have that, but that's about all we're going to allow.
That's what you're going to get.
By the way, that foul went on Crane, just her first. A little floater driving baseline. Best look that Union's had in a while.
Yeah,
draws contact, 2 free throws. Is that against Crane again? That is. Crane's picked up 2 in the last 10 seconds. That's 14 fouls now for Tipton, but only 46 seconds to go in this Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter. You don't worry about it too much. First free throw is up and good. Trying to figure out who that is at the line.
That is Kendall Brown, I believe. If it's number 3.
This is a young Union squad. So that's another freshman at the line. Her second free throw is long, tipped around, controlled by Petrie, knocked loose, but she's able to regather it. Finds Williams, ahead to Bailey. Bailey races up the left side, sets the offense up. In the corner is Crane. Crane back to Bailey. Petrie has it in the corner, drives baseline, draws contact. She should be going to the line. I believe, isn't?
Yeah, it should be number 5.
Yeah, 5's the bone. Okay. I still have not fully adjusted to this, but
I got to get reused to it again this year.
Last year was indeed the first year that Michigan changed the rules to where now it is 5 fouls and a quarter. It gets you straight to the double bonus. As Petrie's first free throw rattles and falls. Tipton grows their lead now to 10-4. Second free throw for Petrie, money as well. 29 seconds to play. Union with the ball trailing 11-4. This game here at the Bluefish Shootout, Class 5 Union versus Class 2 Tipton. Strong take, but once you get to the baseline, Tipton was waiting with a double team. Good ball movement, lines up a 3, and it's splashed home.
Foul and Blankenship. Nice shot.
That was a huge shot for Union just to see one go. And, of course, to cut into this Lady Cardinal lead and draw within 4. Schlotzhauer goes baseline and stepped on the baseline, a turnover back to Union. So with 5 seconds to go in this quarter, Union trailing by 4 could make it a one-possession game.
Yeah, you got to feel good if you're Union that really you haven't had any looks at all and you're only down 4 at this point.
You've kind of weathered the storm of this first quarter. I do think there's some immediate impact to seeing this Tipton defense.
Every hurricane has a backside, though.
So Union, kind of unaware of the clock, does not get a shot off. So we've played 1, and Tipton leads Union 11-7. You're listening to KS 95 Sports.
Butch's Small Engines east of Tipton is your sales and repair person for all makes and models of small engines. They sell and install B&W gooseneck hitches. They're a dealer for Echo chainsaws, weed trimmers, and blowers, and a Kohler warranty center. Butch's Small Engines is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday till noon. Highway 50, 3.5 miles east of Tipton. Butch's Small Engines. Call 660-433-5831. That's 660-433-5831. The Morgan County Health Center in Versailles reminds you can help your child have a healthy future. Encourage them to get 1 hour or more of physical activity every day and limit screen time to 2 hours at most. Time spent in front of a screen watching TV or playing video games means less time being active. Make sure they get 3 servings of low or no-fat milk or yogurt every day, 4 servings of water, not sugary drinks, and 5 servings or more of fruit and vegetables. Healthy habits lead to a healthy future. A message from the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles.
1 quarter in the books as we move into the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. Tipton ladies lead Class 5 Union by a score of 11-7. The Tipton ladies have the lead, but Jason, something tells me Coach Culpepper not going to be thrilled with that first quarter.
No, I think he'd probably like to see them operate at a little higher level than what they are. They're playing good defense, but they're just not turning it into offense right now. But all it takes is a few of them shots to start falling, and that can change.
I don't think it's crazy for me to say that with some shots that Tipton normally makes, they very easily could have 20-plus right now.
Oh, yeah, easily. Just little plays of stepping out of bounds, hauling down, just a little sloppy play early in the season, but it'll iron out.
So trying to get the clock situated and everything ready to go, and we are ready to start the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. Williams on the point. Tipton kind of has interchangeable guards out there as far as who can handle the ball. Williams goes to Bailey, working against this 2-3 zone of Union. Skip past Bailey, had to come back and recover it, has it tipped loose. Union with the steal. They want to run. On the left side, layup is short. Could contest from Williams to force up an errant shot, but Union will maintain possession.
Yeah, if you're Union, you got to get some of those close-up looks to go because you're not going to get many of them.
Well, and Clara did a good job getting back to disrupt it.
Yeah.
The inbounds. Straight man defense here from the Lady Cardinals as they swarm the ball handler. Going down to the block. Spin move. Forced shot. Won't go. And Schlotthauer was fighting for it, but tipped it out of bounds. Ball will stay with Union. Top of the key. Working against Carvajal. Nearly losing the ball as the point guard for a Union. A little pick and roll action. Nothing there. Now forcing a double team. Still trying to dribble out of it. I just don't think that's the way you're going to beat this Tipton man defense. A look at the top of the key, but it was a deep 3. Union passed on, so they go to the right side. Bailey applying the defense at the top of the key. Union being very patient, but just struggling to get the ball inside right now. And as they do, a travel is called. That's the issue. You may be able to get inside, but that defense is going to force turnovers if you do.
At some point, you're going to make a mistake.
So Tipton regains possession with 7:05 to go in the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. 11-7, they lead Union. The corner, Bailey had a look. Shot fake, drives, extra pass, was looking for the cutter. Williams couldn't hold on to the pass, and a jump ball going to be called on tie-up. Once again, just sloppy play, honestly.
Yeah, it's just a little bit sloppy. But when they got that defense to rely on, everything will probably be okay.
So Union, another opportunity here as they regain possession, trailing by 4. Very patient bringing the ball up the floor as that half-court pressure being applied by Tipton. Crossover on the right side. Williams out to contest. Pick and roll, but it's played well as Schlotthauer picks up the roller. She drives baseline, skip pass to the weak side. Bailey there on the closeout. Ball poked loose by Crane, but recovered by Union. I mean, Schlotthauer is able to extend to the wing and guard guards and take the dribble away.
Yeah, she can eat up a lot of space, can't she?
That is a luxury. Union skipping it around the outside, being very patient offensively. They try to go down low, and Schlotthauer was waiting for it. She's got the steal, and she'll bring the ball up the floor. Schlotthauer finds
nice
Crane
look
underneath the basket, and Crane had to reach back to catch it and kind of hesitated a moment, and the shot won't fall. I say again, shots that Tipton does not miss, just not falling right now. Driving baseline, and the shot won't go for Union. Good defense by Schlotthauer and the board. Ahead to Williams on the fast break. Crossover, gives it up to Crane. Crane's floater won't climb the iron. Rebound tipped around. Out of bounds, last touched by Union. it's got to be slightly frustrating to a coach. You can draw up the plays, you can get the looks, but you can't make the ball go in the basket.
Yeah, you got to get. I think a little frustration on some of the girls' face down here.
The inbounds is to Williams. She drives middle lane, crossover, and it was either going to be a layup or a blocking foul, and it wound up a blocking foul. Clara's first step is so fast.
Oh, man. She's quick.
Just if you're listening and you're thinking Tipton's only winning 11-7, are the girls down? I want to be very clear. Tipton's playing poorly right now offensively, and they're still beating a Class 5 school.
Yeah.
That's just how that goes. Schlotzhauer, the inbounds, goes back to Bailey. She dials up a corner three off the front iron, won't go. Ooh. And an over-the-back call going to go against Clara Williams on the rebound attempt.
Oh, that's her second. Yeah, for some reason I thought that was her third.
I said Tipton is getting the looks. They are just not falling. You got to believe at some point in time that lid's going to come off the basket. Union trying to get the lid off their own basket, or for that matter, just find a way to get the ball inside. Good screening away, getting on the block, working against Williams, forcing the shot up and in. That was just physical offense from Union.
Sophia Helling with a nice shot inside.
And a near steal. It is a steal from Union. Off to the races. Tipton does a good job getting back, though, and stopping the fast break. However, driving to the basket, drawing contact. They're going to say it was on the floor, though, before the shot attempt.
Bailey, yep.
Is that Charlie's second? No, just her first.
Just her first.
So there have been a couple plays here recently where Union has looked like the more aggressive team. The inbounds. Union working from the corner, and great great defense by Carvajal as she put her entire hand on top of the ball before the layup attempt. And they're going to call her for a reaching foul. That looked pretty clean up here.
That looked clean. You've got three Lady Cardinals out there with two apiece now. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a problem in the second half for them with fouls.
Union a little trouble getting the ball inbounds. A great job. Schlotzhauer went up and tipped it away. Tipton's one of the few teams that can run man on an inbounds, and they're just fine with it.
Yeah.
So Union trailing by 2, 11-9. This Tipton Cardinal defense has been good. Union has found little offense in splurts. Work around the outside. Skip pass down low. Tough catch, stepping out, pulling the corner three for the lead, and it rattles home.
Is that Ava Sykes, I believe? Yeah.
Well, after I messed up the score on here, now I'll have to fix that in a second.
Now we'll see if Tipton's going to wake up now that they have now lost the lead.
As weird as this sounds, sometimes you need that.
Yep.
Tipton tries a three of their own. That was Bailey, and it won't go. Rebound, Union. So the Lady Cardinals in a slump while Union starting to find a bit of their offense. They want another three. They'll get another three from the corner.
What is that, number 20? Millie Cohensfeld, I believe. Some red numbers on black jerseys are hard for me to see up here.
So Union now leads 15-11 over the Lady Cards. Crane, she wants a three. It won't go. Tracks down her own rebound, but has to tip it out of bounds. So, like I said, Tipton getting looks, just not connecting. Union, on the other hand,
too.
Union's found their touch here recently.
You don't want to give Union any hope now.
We've got 4:03 to go in this H&R Block of Versailles second quarter. Union with the ball, trying to continue what has been a strong offensive quarter, attacking the basket. Great defense played by Bailey to alter the shot. Carvajal the rebound. She wants to run. Fires ahead. Tough catch. Shot too strong, though, from Schlotzhauer. Say again, shots the Cardinals normally make. Back the other way, trying to fire one low. Carvajal, another steal. Carvajal leading the fast break. Dished it to the corner. Williams had a look. She gets inside. Cradles it like a running back before laying it in.
Quick.
Clara watched those football boys last night and said, I'd have put 150 on the ground on you, no doubt. Union's lead cut to 2, 15-13. They want to try another three. They'll get another three.
Getting hot from outside. Sophia Elling with a three.
3:12 to go, and Union leads Tipton 18-13.
That's the fifth three-pointer in this first half for the Union Lady Cats.
A little floater thrown up by Carvajal. She gets her own board, goes to the left hand of the scoop shot up and good. I know you're trading baskets right now, and it's not what you want as Tipton trails by 3. However, I think for Tipton, you can turn that defense right back on if you can just get the offense going.
Yeah.
Schlotzauer extending her defense almost out to the volleyball line. And Union saw that and said, no, we're gonna take a timeout here. I don't like the idea of our big Sophie Helling, as skilled as she is, having to go ball handler against Schlotzauer in that situation. But we'll take a break and come back with more of the H&R Block for Sales second quarter. 2:41 to play. Union leads Tipton 18-15. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
We're back here in the H&R Block for Sales second quarter of play. Tipton, let's call it what it is. They've been sloppy. Which, by the way, I just realized you're listening to today's broadcast on KTKS for Sales Elton at the Lake of the Ozarks, 95.1 FM, and online lakeradio.com, streaming MoSportsZone.com, and on the new MoSportsZone app. Got video of that. I'm Colton Taylor, the coach Jason Vansel with me. Mark Sidebottom back at the studio. This is the Martin Metal broadcast here today. But Jason, as I said, Tipton has played sloppy, but they're still right here in this game where they need to be.
Their defense has kind of been the catalyst of this game for them. So at some point, I guarantee you it's going to get right.
Union on the outside. That defense of Carvajal is fun to watch. She really extends the pressure. Working on the left side, trying to drive. Williams takes the lane away. It's a shot fake from the corner, dishing back to the corner where Union's hit a couple threes, and you can tell Tipton is not wanting to see that happen again. It's a good closeout. It's a steal. Carvajal on the run out. Left hand off the glass, and that one falls.
There'd be a little more urgency coming out of that timeout.
18-17, Tipton is drawn within 1 as that defense starting to ramp up, and defense leading to offense. Near steal turns into a 3 for a Union. Rebound loose, fought for, and hauled in by Myra Haas, who's checked into the game. Over to Carvajal. She drives baseline. Right hand around the defender off the glass, and Tipton has regained the lead. I don't know what they said in that huddle, but it was effective.
I don't know. Give Carvajal the ball. That's what I would say.
I think Coach brought him aside. He said, girls, the ball goes in the hoop. I'm like, oh, that's it. So Union now down by 1 with 1:37 to play. Working around the outside. They're going to try to dial up another 3. They're going to get it.
Was that Helling again?
It was. This Union squad can flat out shoot it.
6 threes.
I mean, that is all but 3 of their points that came from the three-point line.
Yeah.
Carvajal just tries to go through the defense as the ball's tipped out of bounds. 21-19. Union leads Tipton. 1:16 to play in this H&R Block for Sales second quarter. On the inbounds, Williams used the Carvajal screen. Fires it back to Carvajal. She sets her feet, dials up a 3, and she gets it.
She's hot.
What a Tipton Lady Cardinal debut for Maddie Carvajal.
Yeah. 9 points in this quarter.
Wow, that's big. Tipton needed all of them. They've regained the lead by 1, 22-21. Just trying to dribble through the Tipton defense. A nice pass down to the big, off the glass, won't go. Great defense, long rebound, fought for, controlled by Williams. She wants to run. Tipton's got numbers. Extra pass to Schlotzauer. Her spin move on the block. Somehow Clara gets the rebound around the 6'4" girl. Can't get the foot back to go.
5'7" against 6'4".
Union trying to attack the other way. Layup won't go. Carvajal on the defense. Tipton can run now. It's ahead to Williams, ahead of the pack. Left hand off the glass and scores. Do not get into a foot race with these Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, now you're starting to see that defense pay dividends for you on the offensive side.
24-21. Tipton has flipped this around and lead by 3. We've got 15 seconds to go in this second quarter. Union trying to either tie or draw within 1 here. But what defense by Carvajal diving, trying to get the steal. Union able to pick it back up with 3 seconds to go.
Oh, that hurts.
That is.
Did they get Carvajal on that?
I think they got Petrie.
They did. They got Carvajal on that.
Wow. So Carvajal with the reach.
That's her third.
But kind of works out. 1.9 to play. Union's going to have about enough time to get it in and fire one. They try to sling it. It's knocked loose by Petrie. Winds up in the hands of Slotsauer, who's grabbed. And that's how the quarter will end. We played one half of basketball, and Class 2 Tipton leads Class 5 Union 24-21 here at the Bluefish Shootout. Halftime show's coming up. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Since 1844, Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes have been a part of the lake area. They've seen the communities grow, they've seen the communities change, but one thing remains the same. Nothing's more important than our schools. Kidwell Garber would like to take this time to salute everyone involved in keeping the schools a source of pride for the area. And to the students who always strive to do their best, whether in sports or academically, you are the future. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie and Kidwell Granite Works.
Veracruz Mexican Restaurant invites you to join them for a casual lunch or a nice family dinner out with delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine. Veracruz has a great selection of burritos, tacos, seafood, enchiladas, salads, and more, all prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Grab dinner tonight from one of their 3 locations: Veracruz on South Highway 5 in Versailles, Veracruz Jr. on Highway 52 in Stover, or on Highway 65 in Lincoln. Veracruz Mexican Restaurant, a proud sponsor of local athletes.
I'm Mark with Keckner Manufacturing. Solving your problems is kind of our thing, especially when those problems include trailer repairs. Whether you are a semi-truck driver, a company with lots of trailers, or an everyday farmer, we know you rely on your trailers for your business and livelihood. So, rely on Keckner Manufacturing. Get your problems taken care of. You might not need us today, but when you do, Keckner Manufacturing will be there. Keckner Manufacturing in Tipton, Missouri. Yes, we do that. Keckners.com. KOECHNERS.
Take your softball and baseball skills to the next level. The Shed is Eldon's own indoor hitting facility that features 2 full cages with screens, tees, and pitching lanes. You'll love their top-of-the-line pitching machine that throws a variety of speeds with precise locations to perfect your swing. The Shed also has a workout facility. You can add it to your cage rental or just purchase as a regular membership. Open Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 8, and Saturday and Sunday from noon to 8. Look for the big white building across from Gerb's in Eldon. Book times now on Facebook at The Shed LLC. See you at The Shed.
Back with the Hy-Vee halftime show here on KS-95. Of course, all part of our Martin Metal broadcast. At the half, 24-21, Tipton leads Union. Jason, we saw, I don't know how to put this, we saw a lot of good things and a lot of bad things in the first half from the Tipton Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, that first quarter, just nothing was falling, but Carvajal kind of injected some offense into that second quarter and with 3, 4, 5, 9 points in that second quarter and kind of got the Tipton Lady Cardinals going. Like we were saying, when have you seen the Tipton Lady Cardinals with 1 point between Slotsauer and Charlie Bailey in a half?
But
it just goes to show what else they got on
beating,
this team. And still winning.
Yeah. It's wild to me, but that's something that Coach Culpepper had told us in the offseason, that this is something that I don't think people will fully appreciate. You are rarely going to see on a high school basketball team. You have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 girls that have scored 30 or more in a game playing at the same time. And on top of that, 4 1,000-point scorers on one team.
Yeah, you couldn't have assembled something like that on purpose.
You've seen some great teams, boys or girls. Have you actually ever seen a team with 4,000-point scorers on the same team?
You're lucky if you get one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we saw Breyer and Myra each had 1,000. Myra got up to 2,000, but it's like, and that's the thing, some of these girls are going to knock on the door of 2,000 if not go over. Ava Schlotzhauer, every bit has a shot to go over that 2,000-point mark, I firmly believe. But the defense of the Cardinals, though, still is real.
Well, the Carvajal girl, her defense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just sitting here thinking, you move into Tipton, and, man, how intimidating would it be to try to make a name for yourself in this program as a new kid moving in? And she's done it. She's done it, literally.
And I also want to add with that, as great as she is defensively, and I'm not taking anything away from her offensively because that 9-point splurt was huge.
Yeah, she got them going.
But also, it's going to take these girls a little bit to gel in how they play together. I mean, you anytime that you have a dominant group of girls.
You got a lot of alpha girls out here, man.
Oh, yeah, and I will say, if you talk to any of them, there isn't a lick of ego or anything like that between them. I don't think one of them cares how many they score in a game. They just want the win. But in Maddie's case, coming from Meadville, I didn't watch Meadville play. I don't have to. I saw her stats. she was the go-to player that had to score those points. I got to believe it's going to be a bit of an adjustment getting used to, hey, I don't have to average 30 a game for my team to win. Maybe it's something else I have to do. And maybe she does have to score, but
she plays defense like she's doing right now. She's going to be things are going to be just fine.
She's going to get 20 a game off steals.
She's going to get that off steals alone.
It's amazing. But, yeah, just to be leading when, like I said, Bailey and Schlotzauer have combined for 1 point, you're not going to see that very often. But this Tipton Cardinal group, they're that deep that they can. And I said they'd be 6 deep. They've actually ran 7 deep. Nice to be able to bring Myra Haas off the bench. Myra is just a sophomore, but she's 5'9", so a little extra height out there for these Tipton ladies. Yep. And also, while we're talking about height, can we take a moment to appreciate the defense that Schlotzauer has played on Rylan Wingenbach, 6'4".
6'4", yeah. I mean, she's given up 6 inches to the girl, and you couldn't tell.
No, Schlotzauer does not care how tall you are.
She doesn't care, and she plays bigger than what she is anyway.
Oh, yeah. They tell stories at practice of her dad, assistant coach J.D. Schlotzauer. He handles the post because J.D. is 6'4", 6'5" himself.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is I'm like, so, you go easy on the girls. And he just always gives me this blank stare like, no, they need to go easy on me. Like, there was some story about last week or something that Ava was so physical inside. I think JD wound up with a bloody nose by the end of practice because she caught him going through. And
there you go.
I said, what caused that? And he goes, I blocked her shot. So she rattled off 5 straight buckets on me. That has to be like the most proud moment as a dad when it's not that your kid beat you, it's that your kid embarrassed you in the middle of the court.
Oh, she gave me my first bloody nose. How sweet.
Oh, man. Speaking of talented, we talked about a little earlier, Tipton boys, congratulations again, district champions. They are moving on to the semifinals of the state tournament next week. They will be just north of Kansas City. I forget the name of the town. I said it earlier. Hamilton, thank you, where they will play Penny. And Tipton, honestly, if you look at the records and schedule, may be favored in that game.
Yeah.
But that's huge.
It's good to see Tipton back where Tipton used to be back in the old Coach Brady days.
Yeah.
Just being back up in the conversation again for possible state runs and things like that.
Jason, you were a part of some great teams in high school, and I know you guys still have lots of stories. I've heard so many of them, and all I can think is last night I got to believe one of those memories and stories were made because for the rest of their lives, when Dane Schlotzauer sees Paxton Pyle and they got their kids, their grandkids, whatever it is, they're going to go, yeah, should have seen it back in the day. Old Dane hit me for that touchdown to win the district title game and go to the Final Four with 5 seconds left.
Runs like that, man, you have no idea how much it'll impact your life. Even still today, 30 years since I played high school football, those guys are some of the closest with me still yet. We may not see each other for 5 years on end, but once we all do, it's just like it always was. It's a special moment for those boys. I hope they I know they want to win. I hope they take just a moment every once in a while and look around and just enjoy the moment that they're in and look at the crowd, look at the stadium next week, and just enjoy what you're getting to be a part of because it's rare and you need to enjoy every second of it.
Well, I can't help but notice while we're talking about taking a moment, so the Tipton girls still not out of the locker room. And usually if you take almost all of halftime in a locker room with a coach,
not very happy.
No. And I don't know if it's because they only scored 24, if it's because they gave up 21, but Coach Culpepper likely having a spirited discussion. But
I'll tell you, I'm going to bet that if you're Union, what walks out of that locker room here, whatever they come out, you better try to get through the next 4 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah.
Because it's coming. Like you said, there's a storm. Yeah, well, like I said, every storm has another part of it on the backside, and you're about to give the full Tipton Cardinal. They got rolling there right before the first half ended, and I got a feeling they're going to want to come out here and start.
You look at the demeanor of those girls that walk out right now. Yeah, that looks like a team that means some business here in the second half.
This is where Union needs to be very careful.
We'll find out what the Cardinals have in store when we come back with the third quarter. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Every day, your Jefferson City and Osage Beach Hy-Vee pharmacies are committed to your health and wellness. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, Medicare Advantage plans, and most commercial plans, they'll cover up to 8 over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month at no cost through Hy-Vee. Most plans cover these costs and no prescription is required. Stop in at your Osage Beach or Jefferson City Hy-Vee pharmacy and see the helpful pharmacy staff today.
As we jump into the American Sun Control third quarter of action, 24-21, Tipton leads Union. Jason, I truly believe you hit the nail right on the head with what you just said, that the first 4 minutes of this quarter, I mean, how many times have we seen it that you think for a whole half, we got Tipton figured out, we got him held down. Yeah. And those shots that were missed in the first half, do they keep getting missed?
Yeah, because if they made those, this isn't a game right now.
No.
And you've just got to hang on tight. Withstand it.
Tipton with the first possession of the second half, going to the basket to our right. It's a skip pass to the corner. Schlotthauer goes baseline, gets inside, draws a double team, gives it up to Bailey on the outside. Over to Carvajal, skips back to Schlotthauer. Fires it to Williams inside, draws two defenders to Carvajal, back out to Ava. Ava now attacks baseline, goes between two defenders, scoop shot won't go. Rebound to Union. And the Tipton pressure forces an errant pass out of bounds. So how good's the Tipton defense? That time, Union couldn't get past the volleyball line on their side of the floor. So another look offensively for the Lady Cardinals. Bailey, she drives, goes to Schlotthauer in the corner. They're taking their center and putting her outside, trying to stretch the big for Union. Bailey back to Schlotthauer, driving baseline. Nothing there. This Union defense has been good. Schlotthauer was looking for the cutter, but the pass just a little behind Clara. Couldn't come up with it. Union racing the other way. Thought about a three, but a good closeout by Ava. Closing in on 7 minutes to play. 24-21 is the Tipton lead. And great defense played by Williams as the player for Union tried to drive, wanted to go to the corner, and Williams had her hand in the lane where she couldn't. And turns out you can't take that many steps.
Just disrupting things once again.
So Tipton, another defensive stop. Can they get the offense fired up? Schlotthauer on the drive. Goes to Bailey. She's got to look from the top of the key. Shot too strong. Rebound Union. So three still not falling for the Lady Cardinals. Union being patient, getting inside, and it was a good look, but the pass just a little too hot as the guard for Union went to the right side of the lane, drew two defenders, and tried to feed the big, but threw a bit of a rocket.
Yeah, Gilbert did a good job of getting there, finding the open spot, but just couldn't handle the pass.
Carvajal on the point. Neither team able to score. Start this second half. We played a minute and a half. It's a skip pass. On the drive is Crane. Gives it out to Williams. Williams splits two defenders. Carvajal's got an open look. Top of the key off the front iron. Rattles and won't go. Telling you, something about early morning games.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Racing the other way, and I think the defense got her off balance. Players had to flip one off the glass out of control. However, back the other way, completely in balance. Maddie Carvajal. Tipton extends their lead to 5.
15 of the Cardinal 26 points.
Is Carvajal?
Yeah.
Wow. Instant impact in her debut game.
Yeah.
Attacking is Union, but great defense played by Williams, and she comes up with the board. It was poked by Carvajal, but winds up with Clara. Now Charlie wants to run with it. Charlie goes to Clara. Back to Bailey. Corner three. Oh. Just long. Hey, she had it.
Man, they're there, too.
It was lined up. Just a matter of getting the touchdown early in the season. Union thought about a deep three, but realized they had somebody left wide open under the basket.
Yeah, Isabel Gilbert wide open under the hoop.
So a defensive lapse, a rare one by Tipton, allows Union to draw within 3. 26-23, the Cardinals lead, 5:10 to go. Clara goes to Schlotthauer. She turns her hook shot off the glass and good.
First field goal for Ava.
And a timeout by Union, and I'm going to go ahead and guess why. I'm going to say in the game plan for this game was do not let Schlotthauer get it one-on-one on the block.
Yeah.
And we just saw part of the reason why Coach Culpepper has been raving about the footwork of Ava Schlotthauer. And that's what that was. She got great position, but with that one dribble was able to throw that left leg around the defender. So once you've got them pinned like that, and with Ava's, soft touch, there's not much the defender can do without fouling.
And if you foul her, it might as well be guaranteed at the line. She shoots about 90%. So.
Yeah, she got her one missed free throw for the season out of the way early. So, honestly, solid game plan. They're like, Ava, if you could just miss one this game, we won't worry the rest of the season.
Yeah, she might not miss another one until after Christmas.
She still is ranked in the top 10 of the state, I believe, and most made free throws in a game.
Was she like 21 of 22 or something in a game last year?
Yeah, a ridiculous number.
Ridiculous.
And she was still mad after the game about that.
Should have gave her the Elks Hoop Shoot trophy too while she was there that day.
I've never asked Coach Schlotzauer. I wonder if Ava did that as a child.
Probably went 3 of 25 on her. Got angry and fixed it.
Union with the ball. They trail 28-23. Clara Williams with that half-court pressure just all over the ball handler. Schlotzauer extending her defense to the top of the key. Under 5 minutes to play. Tipton in the third quarter. The American Sun control third quarter. And Williams picks the pocket, and she wants to run. Williams right hand off the glass. She's fouled hard. Shot won't go, but she'll shoot 2.
Quick.
I will say, if you're going to foul one of these Tipton girls on the fast break, you might as well foul them hard enough to make sure that they don't get the shot up.
No kid.
I'd be careful doing that with Clara, because I truly believe Clara is stronger and more athletic than about anybody she's going to play, as the first free throw is up and good. 29-23, Tipton leads. Second free throw here, make it a 7-point game with 4:39 to play in the third quarter. And second free throw is off the front iron, no good. Rebound to Union. Spin move. Nice move on the block. Shot too strong, though. Carvajal another board. Ahead to Crane. Crane extra pass to Schlotzauer. Her shot partially blocked, but she was totally fouled, so she'll get 2 free throws. Ava going to her home, away from home, the free throw line.
The free throw line.
Oh, wow. What is going on?
1 for 3 from the free throw line she is.
It's something about Saturday morning games. Culpepper might never schedule another one.
They're hard, man. Anything out of your routine is very hard.
And she misses the second as well, and a lane violation. I'm shocked right now.
She'll be in the gym all weekend long shooting free throws, I guarantee you.
I would not doubt it. So the lead stays at 6, 29-23 with 4:20 to play in the American Sun Control third quarter of action. Williams on defense. A near steal. It's picked up. Union looking for help. They dial up a 3 on the right side. Front iron. Great box out by Tipton. And while fighting for the board, it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Union.
Yeah, that was a great box out.
Dude, everybody had a body there.
Ball was bouncing on the floor. It was so good.
That's got to be a fun thing to see as a coach when you're worried about rebounding, when that rebound hits the floor because everybody's so worried about boxing out. Schlotzauer to Bailey on the left side. They give her space. She pulls the 3 and buries it. I believe the phrase is hand down, man down. Chuck's on the board. And a near steal.
That's going to be number 4 for Carvajal.
Yeah, Carvajal a little ambitious on that one, trying to jump the passing lane. And
she's going to have to go to the bench for a little while.
That'll bring in Lara Petrie, sophomore guard. Saw some minutes last year. Now as a sophomore has really fallen into that 6-man role for the Cardinals, which I've tried telling people this before. I think so many people get caught up on who's starters, whatever.
Yeah.
That 6-man role can be the difference maker in a good team and a great team.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And Union trying to attack, get to the basket, and a reach-in foul is going to be called. They're going to get Bailey on the reach. I believe that is her second.
And usually for Tipton, the 6th man is usually just as good as the other, other 5.
That 6-man can usually start for any team Tipton's going to play. Crossover from Union going to the corner, trying a shot with a hand in the face. Good defense played there by Crane, and a rebound by Schlotzauer. Ava wants to run. Goes to Bailey on the block, dishes it out. A 3 lined up for Williams. Off the iron, won't go. Long board, chased down by Schlotzauer. Schlotzauer skips it. Bailey wants another 3. She's got another 3. The Drury commit showing out here in this third quarter as she's knocked down a couple 3s to extend the Tipton lead down to double digits, 35-23. We'll go ahead and hold it here. Jason, you knew it was going to hit eventually. You were not going to keep Charlie Bailey silenced all game long.
There's no way that her and Schlotzauer are going to the locker room with 1 point total between them. And we're going to come out with a little different mindset. Now, if you're Union, you better buckle down because this is going to get out of hand on you quick now.
Yeah, it's a 12-point game right now, which, once again, I remind everybody, this is a Class 2 school playing a Class 5 school. 3 classes in difference. That's ridiculous. But this is a Tipton squad who, once again, leading by 12, feels like they should be leading by 25. Honestly, Jason, if Tipton had made the shots they normally make, it's not crazy to think we'd have running clock going into
it would be running clock. And Carvajal was kind of the spark of the whole first half, and now that she's in foul trouble and on the bench, now you just it's Bailey's turn. and she just steps up and then she takes over. So pick your poison if you're Union.
I mean, it's been a much better showing here in this third quarter for the Lady Cards. And coming out of the time, I mean, still 3:10 to go. So now that the scoring's picked up, you got to wonder how far can they roll with this. As on the floor for Tipton, it will be Ava, Charlie, Clara, Anna, and Clara.
Yeah, I don't think the Tipton Lady Cardinals care about who does it. I think they do care as a team how they play, and they want to make an impressive showing here. So I can see these girls really get rolling now.
I can tell you that Charlie Bailey may be the most competitive human being I've ever met. And I promise she was not happy in the locker room at halftime, not just because of how they played as a team, but also how she felt she had shot the ball. A nice backdoor pass, trying something on the baseline, but better defense from Tipton. Ball tipped loose, and it's finally picked up, controlled by Bailey. Racing up the floor for the Lady Cardinals is Crane. Gives it to Bailey. She wants another three. It goes off the front iron, but Schlotzhauer there for the offensive board. Around three defenders. Shot is blocked. Williams comes down with it because, of course, she out-rebounded the 6'4 girl again. Schlotzhauer, top of the key. Bailey thought about the pass. Instead, she'll drive left side. Gives it up to Petrie. Over to Crane. Crane a little head fake. Inside out to Schlotzhauer. Ava thought about the three as well. Crane, corner. She'll take the three. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound Union. I don't know how Clara keeps outboarding the 6'4.
I don't know. I mean, she's getting rebounds in the paint. I mean, just like right in the paint, just going up and getting them.
They're lying about Clara's height. A strong take from Union to the rim.
They count that?
I don't know. They never really gave the sign. No, they're going to call it on the floor.
Okay.
Who did that go against? That was Petrie with her first foul.
Yeah, I believe so.
Team's third, 2:15 to play. Tipton leads by 12, 35-23 here in the American Sun Control third quarter, part of our Martin Metal broadcast. Skip pass from Union, working around the outside. Williams there defensively. This man defense of Tipton has been, good. You've allowed 23 points thus far in the game. Three forced up. It's short. Schlotzhauer another board. Ava having a good rebounding night. Morning, I guess. Day, whatever. Bailey, they gave her space. She made them pay. Charlie Bailey, third three of the quarter. She's went full in fuego.
Yeah, somebody done got hot.
I think she feels disrespected. Oh, you're going to play a whole step off of me? They try to go to the block. That is Union. It's poked away. Williams by herself on the fast break. Layup up and good. If I'm Union, I'm thinking about a timeout. It's a 17-point lead.
Yep, here it comes.
You knew the run was coming eventually. It was just when do the Lady Cardinals uncork the offense? Trying to attack. The free throw line's about as far as you get. If you go any farther inside, someone's going to poke it loose. Shot forced up, rolls around, and pops back out. Rebound fought for, but Schlotzhauer playing bully ball down there.
Yeah, down there banging around on a girl that's got 6 inches on her.
I really think that kind of excites Ava. I think she looks out, she's like, you're half a foot taller.
Man. You like a good challenge. And all these Tipton girls, man, they're just hardcore competitors.
40-23, the Lady Cardinals lead. Class, how many points did Union have at halftime?
They had 21.
They've given up 2 points, and the third quarter has a minute left. And a carry going to be called on the drive by Crane. Checking back into the game, Myra Haas. She will come in she got to come in for somebody. They're going to give Schlotzhauer a break.
Did a good job on the boards.
Well, I think part of it is also that Union took out Wingenbach. So I think that may be one of those, hey, let's get Ava a breather while Wingenbach's on the bench. Union looking to attack, driving baseline. Lanes there, floaters up, or layup, off the glass and good.
Ellie Conesville with a nice take.
A little bit of a breakdown there by the Lady Cardinals, giving up the baseline. To the corner, Bailey, she's going to try another three. This one too strong off the back iron. 3 Cardinals fighting each other for the board. And yes, Williams is the one that comes down with it. It's poked loose, though. Union has it, but touching the baseline, so it should stay Cardinal ball.
Through 3 Lady Cats, and then number 24 goes right up between all of them and grabs a rebound.
I'd love to watch the rebounding drills in practice with Claire. It's her vertical. It's insane. Yeah. Bailey left open for a 3, and she gets another. Welcome to the Charlie Bailey Show.
Yeah. Miss Carvajal can go over there and take a seat and then watch Bailey take over for a while. So.
And then they'll play rock, paper, scissors in the fourth quarter for who's going to light it up. And a double team, Bailey applying the pressure, and a jump ball called, that's Anna Crane that came down helping Bailey on the pressure. You think going one-on-one defensively with these Tipton girls is bad. When they want to go full torture chamber on you, they bring a double team, and it's like you're just seeing white uniforms everywhere you look.
Like a boa constrictor. They just get around you, then they just clamp down.
18-point lead for the Cards, and great job there as the last possession, Union was able to go baseline. They tried to fake in a baseline move on Bailey, and Bailey was there before the offensive player was. I'm telling you, Drury's getting them a good one in Charlie.
Yes, they are.
9 seconds left in the quarter. Union trying to get something before the quarter ends, and they almost get a turnover as Bailey pops it loose. It forces the jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Lady Cards.
Defense creates offense.
And this quarter, Charlie Bailey has created both.
Yeah.
So one more look here for the Lady Cards as they're not going to apply pressure. That being Union. Clara can catch it at half court. 5 seconds to go. Brings it into the front court, racing ahead. Gives it up to the quarter. Crane fires a three. Ooh. And it just wouldn't fall. Good look, though, for the Lady Cards to close out the third. We've played 3, and at the end of the American Sun Control third quarter, Tipton has opened this one up 43-25. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
H&R Block of Versailles is a family-owned and operated block advisor's office celebrating 10 years of business serving Versailles and the surrounding areas. Pamela Johnson, an enrolled agent, and her certified team are here to prepare your taxes, handle your bookkeeping and payroll, plus audits, tax notices with the IRS and the state, and problem solving and issue resolution. For more information, call the H&R Block office on Monroe Street in Versailles at 573-378-5843. 573-378-5843.
Insurance Associates America, your leading agri-insurance agency in Tipton, insuring poultry and swine buildings since 1975. Let them be your trusted choice for your homeowners, auto, farm, life and health, property, casualty, workers' comp, bonds, IRAs, and annuities. Insurance Associates America, friendly professional service. Call Bob Rolls and Sheila Moon, your trusted choice independent insurance agents in Tipton at 660-433-2141. Insurance Associates America, 660-433-2141.
We're back at the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action, and breaking news here. Tipton girls are good at basketball. I know it's going to shock a lot of people. Man, what was the run you said? What was the third quarter score?
It was 19 points for the Lady Cardinals to 4 for the Lady Union Wildcats, or Lady Cats.
You're going to win a lot of games if you have 19-4 quarters.
19-4 run, that's not bad.
Union looking for one more run here late in this game, see if they can cut into this 18-point lead.
Carvajal's back in the game for Tipton, so who knows what can happen now.
Natty going to have to play smart. A 3 forced up by Union. It touches the bottom of the net, but nothing else. Offensive board, shot forced up. They're going to call a shooting foul on Bailey, so Union will go to the line for 2.
It'll be her third. She should be fine, though, I would think.
I
remember as a freshman watching her play that was one of the first games I ever did up there at St. Joe.
4 fouls to start that fourth quarter.
And he didn't hesitate to leave her in.
Not only did he leave her in, she still played full court pressure. Yeah. Never picked. It's like he hollered out, Chuck, you got 4. She went, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that easy, really?
I knew she was pretty special then.
First free throw, no good for Union. Second one on the way, and it is good. 43-26, lead at 17. As you said, Maddie Carvajal back into the game. She goes to Bailey. Inside Schlotzhauer, able to split a couple defenders. They grab her on the arms, and Ava still just about got to the basket. One thing I really enjoy about Ava's game, her emotions don't change much. Whether she's playing well, bad, doesn't matter. She always just has the same demeanor.
Just constant, steady.
We're going to get a timeout called. I'm not sure who took the timeout. A 30 going to be called by Tipton. Maybe Coach Culpepper, a special inbounds play he wants to draw up here. Oh, always fun coming down here to the Bluefish Shootout in Rolla. I, for years, have wondered why it's the Bluefish Shootout. When I walked in and figured out it's because the whole thing is presented by Bluefish Printing.
Yeah, screen printing company. That was what I was wondering. What's the Bluefish? What is the deal?
I was thinking, aren't most fish blue? But, you know.
Maybe the bluegill. I don't know.
Now, that's
the blue
one,
cat.
Somebody needs to put on the bluegill and the blue cat tournament. That's one I could see going on in Missouri.
Beautiful facility down here. It's been a while since the Coach Chamberlain days when the Tigers did 3 sectional runs down here at Rolla. This is a really nice gym.
Union in a 3-2 or a 2-3 zone, excuse me. to guard this inbound. It goes into Williams on the left side. Carvajal at the top, back to Bailey. They set her up for a three. I think that was partially blocked.
Yeah, I think so.
And that goes off the hands of that goes off the hands of Tipton, apparently out of bounds. Ball to Union. Yeah, I think the Union player got a little bit on that one.
Yeah, if you're Union, you just got to find a way to generate offense. I don't know where you generate offense to make up this difference.
You pull a 17-point shot.
17-point shot. There you go.
Union on the right side trying to drive. Good defense.
Nice
Schlotzauer.
move.
Nice spin move shot forced up. People just hitting the floor fighting for the board. It's tipped around, and a shove going to be called against Charlie? No, excuse me. That goes against Union. I was really confused because, I don't actually know if anybody fouled anybody there, but
I don't know what's going on.
Nonetheless, ball winds up back in the hands of the Lady Cardinals. 7 minutes to play in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action. Tipton with the ball in a 17-point lead, 43-26. Crane over to Carvajal. Thought about the three, surveying the court. Finds Crane on the cut. She goes underneath to Williams. Out to Bailey. She lines up a three. She gets another. Remember when Charlie Bailey was scoreless?
Yeah. Now she has 5 threes in the second half.
And a steal on the other end by Tipton. Bailey with it, looking to run. Ahead to Williams. She drives baseline. Inside, extra pass to the cutting. Schlotzauer rattles around and falls. The lead has ballooned to 22. Another near steal from Crane. It's tipped out of bounds. This is just what Tipton does.
Yeah, Tipton's being Tipton now.
For the full first half, Union had to feel fantastic about, man, we have held the Cardinals in check. They can't get anything going. And then Culpepper once again reminded the girls, ball goes in the rim. And it's like, and an errant pass. It's loose.
Ooh. Kind of a late call.
That really was.
I don't think anybody knew what was going on, but Clara knew she was going to take the ball.
Here's my only thing. I don't know necessarily how this works in the rules. If I'm the official, I'm not blowing the whistle because it was them grabbing Clara to stop her from getting the ball. She still got through it and was going to have a wide open
layup. Already going. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if Clara played running back in high school football, I don't know what you'd do. I need to ask Coach Culpepper. Her vertical is something just stupid. And it's a steal on the other end this time by Union. Head of the pack, right-handed layup off the glass and good. So kind of a careless pass there by Tipton.
Kind of a little lackadaisical.
Head to Bailey. Back out to Carvajal. Works it over to Schlotzauer. She gets inside between two defenders, forces the shot up, draws the contact, and will shoot two.
She just wants to go practice her free throws a little bit. She's a little mad about that.
Oh, she's going to be upset about those 2 missed free throws for sure.
3.
Yeah, that's right.
1 of 4.
Jeez.
You'd have lost money on that deal.
That one was pure. Oh, yeah, I can tell you I was not taking the over on missed free throws for Ada. If you'd have said 3 on the season, I'd have thought about it, but
yeah.
And the second free throw, they looked identical. They were pretty pure on both of them.
Splish and splash.
22-point lead for the Lady Cards with just under 6 minutes to go here in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action. This is Class 2 Tipton and Class 5 Union. Deep 3 from Union. And, I mean, it falls.
Wow.
If you're Tipton, it's like, all right, that's
Fallon Blankenship with a deep 3.
Williams in the corner, skips it to Carvajal, skips it to Bailey. They leave her open in the corner. You just can't leave a shooter open. Charlie Bailey gets another.
Not right now, you can't. Mercy.
And did Union call a timeout? Yeah, they did. The coach calling the timeout to say, you can't leave a shooter open in the corner.
Yeah, just when you get a little momentum, they just come right back at you.
Oh, we'll take the break and be back shortly. 22-point lead for the Lady Cards with 5:28 to go in the fourth. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading Air Ease products. Every Air Ease product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling for reliable products offered by reliable people called DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling.
When you make your schedule in the offseason, a lot of people probably look at you funny. When you see Class 5, Class 6, Class 5, Class 5, when you see names like Elias, Union, Rockbridge on your schedule. As a Class 2 school, a lot of people probably look at you like you're crazy. Except for Tipton. They go, that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And we're understanding why, again, here tonight. These Tipton Cards, when they flip a switch, they're different. Union trying to find some offense, trailing by 22. They go to the 6'4" girl on the block, and interesting. Foul going to be called on Schlotzauer. I thought there may have been 2 travels before the shot.
I think there was maybe 3. I think you miscounted.
There were more travels than steps allowed, but that's fine. Nonetheless, to the free throw line for the, Lady Wildcats, Rylan Wingenbach. First free throw, no good. Second free throw coming up, 5:15 to play in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action. And lane violation on Union.
I think that's probably the definition of the lane violation.
Yeah, when the player's in the lane before the ball is like even up into the position to shoot. And you saw the girl make the face like, oh man, I did that. So Tipton by 22 with the ball, 5 minutes to play. Crane inside to Schlotzauer. Schlotzauer bulldozes her way through it. Okay, now I'm just going to be the one to say it. If that's a travel, what did we just see on the other end?
That was just one travel. There was 3 in one play.
If you do 3, it's okay. Yeah. They negate each other.
It's a hat trick. And where you like throw an octopus on the floor or whatever they do at hockey matches.
Dude, that's such a cool trend.
Squid or whatever it is.
A 3 from Union up and good. Nice looking shot. These Union girls can shoot it.
They got some shooters.
This Union squad is going to be solid this year. Bailey, top of the key, and she answers with another 3. You know, that Bailey girl can shoot it a little bit,
She's going to be pretty solid, too.
How many threes has she hit?
That is 7 in the second half.
Gosh. And it's a steal by Schlotzauer. She'll bring the ball up the floor. 7 threes.
7 threes.
Oh, she's going to try for 8. And she's going to get 8. Charlie Bailey starting the season with an 8-3 performance, all of them in the second half.
My Lord.
I don't know what the school record is, but like,
I don't know.
3 from Union. Off the back iron won't go. Off the backboard won't go. Off Ava won't go. But the ball stays with the Cardinals.
Hey, give it to Bailey for a 3.
Yeah, that's... I'm not a coach, but it's a good plan.
I'm just going to go with it right now. I think I could do this Culpepper thing now. Go with the Bailey.
Seriously, Charlie had no points at halftime.
None.
She has 8 threes.
There's a line of 3s over here now.
It goes back to the old Myra class saying a 3 is worth more than 2. This time, a 3 from the corner from Williams, and Clara says, hey, I can do it too. Tipton has blown this thing absolutely open. 62 to 34 they lead as the ball forced out of bounds again by the Lady Cards. It's a 28-point Cardinal lead. This was a 3-point game at half.
And probably what you would consider a really bad shooting performance in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
By Tipton as a team.
So the school record for threes does belong to Myra at 10 threes made. Bailey has 8. Clara gets inside, puts it off the glass and in. Well, we gave those to the wrong team. So Union, I don't know. Do what you want. It's a 30-point game. We have hit that turbo clock stage that I did not think there was any chance we'd get to. And Williams with a steal. Clara outruns the pack. They're trying to chase her down. Just a fouler. It didn't matter because she made the layup.
7 quick points for Clara.
But this is what we talked about. Different players can click at different times. Well, yeah. Bailey goes off after Carvajal got it started with her big 9-point second quarter. Bailey has a huge third, continues into the fourth, and now Clara really taking over. And
Ooh, that was
Charlie Bailey with an absolute stuff on the shot.
That was a nice block.
Yeah, Bailey's not one to like contest a lot of calls, but even she gave the look like ref.
Yeah,
come on, man. I just Matumbo'd that girl. R.I.P. to Dikembe, by the way. First free throw, no good.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I didn't know all that was going on with him. It's too bad.
Great basketball player, even better guy. 66 to 34. Tipton has opened this up to a 32-point lead. And I promise you, Coach Culpepper's still not going to be happy with this performance.
No.
And the free throw is good to cut the lead to 31. By the way, we had some subs who just checked into the game there. Is that Emma Bestian?
I believe so, yep.
Emma Bestian in the game for the Lady Cards.
Give it to Bailey. She's ready.
Williams drives. They're leaving Bailey open. They leave her from 3. She gets a 9. How do you not guard her at this point?
Myra's sitting there on the radio listening right now.
I know that Mama Class is.
My school record's about to become just a record and a half.
Yeah, they're like, all right, somebody guard Charlie. We want him to win, but. And the layup won't go. Board for Union. Now it's controlled by Carvajal. She wants to run, fires ahead to Bailey. Bailey, oh, that's a layup. That's way too close, Charlie. She makes it, but still, that one's only worth 2. It's 71-35. It's a 36-point game.
29 points in one half for Charlie.
29. I can't get over this. Seriously, if you tuned in at halftime and you're like, wow, Class 5 Union, it's a 3-point game, man. Tipton might go down. And Tipton's like, hey, you want to see something cool?
Want to see something cool? Yeah, here, watch this.
What's the best way to get a season started where your goal is a state title? How about putting 70 on a Class 5 score? That's
incredible.
I'm just blown away. And like I said, Charlie Bailey committing to go play at Drury. If you wonder why, they watched her shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
9 threes made, the second most thus far. Has to be the second most in Tipton history. Myra Class holds the record with 10.
I think you got some bragging rights, though, to say, hey, you may have 10 in 4 quarters, but I got 9 and 2.
Yeah, how about that? I would like to know, Myra, I got to believe that they were stretched out over 4. I'm just going to assume Charlie probably has the record for most 3.5.
Yeah.
And Myra has it in a game. And Coach Culpepper's like, well, I got to coach them both, so really I'm the one that won.
And good for Charlie, because that's a great program down there. Drury is a really nice school. That's a great program. And good for her getting to go down there and be a part of all that.
So the record may be safe, as I don't see Bailey out on the floor. Tipton has...
Yeah, they're cooling her off, aren't they?
Who have we got out there for the Tipton Lady Cardinals?
We have Clara. We have Ava. Let's see. We have... My eyes are terrible up here.
Yeah,
Bastion's still out there.
I see Audrey Gump out in the game now.
Yep.
And the layup forced up by Union, but a foul going to be called on the shot. I was trying to see who we were missing here.
Somebody else.
Okay, I see why. There's 2 Bestians. Emma Bestian out there as well as Alice Bestian.
There you go, yeah.
Okay, so, once again, Mama Class knows it all. Greatly appreciate you. Charlie did break the record for 3.5 as the free throw is up and good for Union. It is worth noting, it's not like Myra was a slouch in that half. Myra held the record at 8 threes made in a half.
Nice.
So Charlie now holds it with 9 as the second free throw up and good. Here's the thing. I can promise you that Myra would be as happy for Charlie as anybody to have this performance. Sure. Those girls always cheered each other on, and it's great to see. Schlottzauer working the ball around the outside to Bestian. Williams with the drive. Needs help, skips it over to Ava on the left side. Ava trying to get inside, down on the block, 1 dribble, shot up, and just a little too strong for Emma Bestian.
Watching Myra Class play basketball was one of my favorite things. And I'm just an old Versailles guy, but it was always a pleasure just to get to watch that girl be on the court.
Well, that's because you were there for the Tipton Cardinals and not the other team.
Yeah, I mean, it was
that's
just a true pleasure to watch that girl play.
Nice spin move on the block, by the way, from Wingenbach as she gets the lay-in to go. Now, Myra is one of the, I've said before, I believe she may be the most talented player I've ever called play.
Yeah.
And that's, as we were talking, I forgot it was Turbo Clock. That's how this one ends, 71-39. The Tipton Lady Cardinals come in and make an absolute statement as they take out Class 5 Union by 32 points. We'll come back with a post-game report in just a bit. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Hi, I'm Colton Taylor, and I use Versailles Total Fitness. Their 24-hour access makes it easy for me to fit gym time into my busy schedule. I love how spacious and versatile their gym is. With a wide selection of free weights, cable machines, and all the cardio equipment you could need, I have plenty of options to help me stay in shape to cover our local sports teams. They work hard to provide a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. Join me and everyone else at Versailles Total Fitness in becoming a healthier you. Versailles Total Fitness at 31 North Monroe, or give them a call at 573-789-6800.
When a post frame building is in your future, build straighter, stronger, and satisfied with help from Martin Metal, northeast of Versailles, offering a full-service lumberyard, on-site truss plant, a full production plant with numerous rolled form metals, trims, and accessories. And now, a new laminated post plant producing 3-ply, 4-ply, and 5-ply, 2x6, and 2x8 posts up to 40 feet in length. Call one of our trained professionals, 573-378-4050. We also offer delivery anywhere in Missouri and across the heartland of America. To see more, visit martinmetal.com.
The Tipton Latham Bank is a locally owned and operated, full-service, independent community bank, serving the area since 1906. The Tipton Latham Bank, N.A. is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. The Tipton Latham Bank is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Stop by the Tipton or Latham branch or visit TiptonLathamBank.com.
And we are back with the Bank of Versailles post-game show, as getting ready to catch up with the head coach of the Tipton Lady Cardinals. Coach, I turned myself down. That was not very smart. We'll get Coach Culpepper first, then we'll talk to the girls right after. Yeah. All right, as we get Coach Culpepper potted up here. So we'll talk to you, then we'll put the girls on right after you. Yep. Coach Culpepper, how'd you feel about your squad's performance in this one here tonight?
First half was a little bit rough offensively. We were doing a lot of looking left, looking right, and not looking where the ball needed to go, which is to the rim. We didn't really create opportunities for our teammates to be successful. Didn't create open shots. Open shots we created, we weren't ready to shoot. We were standing up a lot, not being ready to go. We talked about it at halftime. You're not really that tired. You played 16 minutes, same 16 minutes the other team played. You got to be mentally tough. So I thought our girls did a great job in the second half of coming out and responding and really opening up the game a lot there in the third quarter.
You talked to us in the offseason, and one of the things you mentioned was how much talent you have on this squad and how different players are going to contribute different amounts each night. And instead of seeing it each night, it almost felt like we saw it in different quarters as Maddie Carvajal got things going for your offense in the second quarter with a big 9-point outing. And then the third quarter, Charlie Bailey realized, hey, I'm really good at shooting threes, and she started lighting those up. And about that same time period, Ava got going on the block, and the next thing you know, it was Clara's defense. I mean, is that at all planned, or is it just the flow of the game as each of those players start to find their groove?
Yeah, I think that this team is really fortunate because they have 4 girls that can score 30 points in a game. I don't know. I think Charlie finished with 29, so I guess she didn't quite get 30. But you have 4 girls that can score at a high clip, and there wasn't one quarter in the Jamboree where Charlie led us in scoring. And she came out here tonight, had 0 points at halftime, and then dropped 29 in the second half. That's a really good half. And I think that early in the first half especially, I felt like we were doing a lot of watching Maddie and Clara get after it on the ball, and they created opportunities for us. But everybody else has to find their spot within that throughout the flow of the game. And then you don't have to do such heavy lifting. There's going to be times whenever Charlie gets hot, and then it's about trying to find her in space and get her shots. And then, obviously, whenever you start hitting shots like that, most teams are going to start coming out and guarding. And then that's going to open up Ava a lot inside. They'd obviously watched our game film a lot. They did a really good job defending Ava because they just put 2 bodies on her all the time. It's nothing that Ava did to not score. It was all about what they were doing to prevent her from scoring. In the first half, we weren't knocking any shots down. We weren't ready. And so that was able to extend to the second half for them where they didn't have to make any adjustments because we didn't make any shots from outside besides Maddie's 3 that she hit. I thought in the second half, we looked a lot more like we should look for entire games when, you can go on little spurts of Charlie hitting 9 threes, Clara scoring, getting after on defense. And that gives other people, chances to do something different to help out the team. Whether it's, Charlie's hot here, I'm going to put a little bit more effort on defense because we're going to find Charlie on offense. I'm not going to have to do so much because she's going to drop 30 here this half. So I'm going to work harder on defense and rebounding. Credit Maddie too because Maddie was really smart. She didn't pick up another foul after she picked up her 4th foul there midway through the third quarter. And then when we went to our bench with Lara and Anna, those 2 came in and did a beautiful job, and we were actually able to stretch out our lead because Charlie got hot. That's a good senior leadership by her. She knew whenever Maddie went to the bench, she was going to have to step up and get something done, and she did.
Coach, you load your schedule up with some of the best schools in mid-Missouri, and I know you have very lofty goals when you start your season, but coming out here against a Class 5 school, and when you only led by 3 at the half, to end up with a turbo clock on them, I mean, how does that make you feel about the start of the season, about what you saw, and how you feel going forward into this brutal schedule?
Yeah, I think that we obviously figured stuff out this summer, how to play, but, anytime you take a big break in what you do, you kind of forget the exact ways that you were so good and how you were so successful. And I thought in the second half we really started to look a lot more like ourselves. And yeah, granted, Charlie hit 9 threes in the second half, but I mean, in that particular game, we were attacking what they were giving us. And they were in a zone, they stayed in the zone, and we buried threes. Charlie hit 9. Clara, after they came out on Charlie that one time on the wing, she passed it over to Clara, then Clara hit the 3. I think that obviously when you hit 9 threes and a half by one player, you're probably doing good stuff. But also they didn't make any adjustments. They never came out and guarded us in a man because they knew they couldn't. After playing us in the Jamboree, whenever we went 5 out and they kind of stepped out and guarded us, we got layups because we're so fast. So you can guard us like that and play a zone. And then it's just about when. It's not about if, it's about when and who. Because you're not going to know who's going to hit them, and you're not going to know when it's going to start. But once it starts, it's not going to stop because it's contagious.
Coach, I'm really glad we cover your girls, and not the teams you play against. Now, what do you guys have coming up in this next week with the Thanksgiving break? Do you have anything before the Tipton tournament?
Nope. We got a bye week, so it's really nice for us to be able to have an early season game, an early season jamboree after we've had 14 practices. So now we can look at the film, watch what we did against somebody that doesn't practice against us every day, and look for opportunities for us to get better next week. We are going to take a few days off next week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think they've earned it. They've worked really hard. So rest those legs, get them fresh before we get back into the Tipton tournament, because we won't play a first-round game, so we won't play until that Wednesday the 4th. So we'll have plenty of time on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to get back in the flow of things before we kick off the Tipton tournament in the semifinals against the 4 or 5 seed.
Well, we always look forward to the Tipton tournament. Of course, we'll be up there for your guys' first game on Wednesday. We'll be up there all week long. You guys put on such a great tournament with, may I say, one of the best hospitality rooms as well. And it's always a lot of fun. But, Coach, your girls looked great. Congratulations on your first win and your first turbo clock of the season.
Yeah, thank you guys for covering us. I know we have a lot of people in Tipton that have kids and stuff that had basketball games this morning, but I know I had a lot of people asking if there was any way to watch, and I know we had a lot of people watching online. My wife, my mom.
You can definitely wave to the camera for that matter. Like I have it on you for a reason.
Hey. That's yeah, we had a lot of people watching online, so I'm really happy you guys came out here and covered up us. We appreciate it a lot.
Well, thanks for letting us do it, Coach. We'll turn it over to the girls and talk with 2 of the stars of the game.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Yep. I keep turning myself down on that. So that was head coach Jason Culpepper. Yeah, you're good. You're good. That was head coach Jason Culpepper of these Tipton Lady Cardinals after an absolute dominant performance in this one. Yeah, whoa, girls, you got to step closer. After Charlie tries to go ahead and rip our stuff off the table.
Sorry about that.
Goodness gracious. The girl comes out and breaks the school record, which I don't know if you're aware, Charlie. The record for threes in a game is 10. You came out here with 9. However, the record for threes and a half was 8. So you now hold the most threes in a half. But we're going to start with Maddie on this one. Your debut as a Lady Cardinal, the offense was stagnant, and then you got going in the second quarter. What did you see, or what sparked that offensive run?
I just knew we had to get something going before half. We were sloppy at first. I think it was just nerves. We weren't really prepared, but, Culpepper got us going, and then we just took it from there.
And she got it going in the second, and then I don't know what was said at halftime, Charlie, but it's like you walked out the third quarter and said, I might be good at shooting threes. Maybe I'll try that. What did you see, or what was said that got your shot going?
Yeah, first half, I kind of was hesitant on my shooting. I had the open shot, and then I took a couple seconds to really look to make sure I had it, which I should never be doing that. So I think it was a lack of focus in the first half. And so when we hit halftime, I had already been out for a couple of minutes and, just thinking about all the times I could have just shot right away or maybe even drove to create something for my team or get a layup. So in the half, whenever Culpepper was talking about our intensity being down, he didn't really have to say anything to me. It was kind of just like a flip of the switch with not silent treatment from Culpepper, but him not saying anything to me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to get out of this. So second half, I'm like, I just need to shoot. I need to stop thinking about it, and that's what I did.
It all started with defense, mind you, because the first half, let's call it what it is, you guys did not shoot the rock very well at all, but your defense was elite. Maddie, this was the first time we've got to see the kind of ball pressure you can apply. I've heard about the steals, I've heard about the aggressive defense, but we saw you diving on the floor multiple times, forcing turnovers. What are you thinking when you play defense? Is this something you're strategizing, or is it just naturally going out there and doing it?
I think it's both. Offense comes from defense. Good defense causes that. And I think that, if I'm not going to shoot the ball, if I'm not going to score, I better be getting after it on defense.
Well, in the same sense, this is your first game with the Tipton ladies. I know you got to play with them through the summer. How are you feeling fitting into this team and incorporating with this group of girls? How's it feel to be a Lady Cardinal?
It feels great. I like how fast-paced it is. Everybody moves the ball. Got some really good athletes around me, so it's not too much pressure.
Charlie, this is your fourth year of starting the season off in this sense. You guys don't take easy days. You don't play easy games. You call out Class 5 and 6 schools like it's normal for a Class 2 school. You came down here. You turbo-clocked a Class 5 school. After 3 seasons of doing this, how does it feel starting your 4th season this way, and how do you feel about the outlook of the season?
It feels really great. Like you said, we like to play those hard competition teams, and I feel like that's how we get to where we want at the end of the season. Always that goal of the state championship. So playing these teams, it's nothing but another game. No matter the class level of team that we're playing, we still need to get after it. So with starting the season like this, I'm feeling really good about how it's going to go.
Tipton tournament coming up. That'll be the next time we see you in action. You guys are the reigning defending champions for the last 46 years. Quest now got to be to defend that title at the Tipton tournament. How important is it to you to defend that on your home court?
It's really important. I've done it the past 3 years. I've watched my sister do it a couple of years. So it's really important to do. I think that we just need to lock in at practice and really think about all the games that we have ahead of us and then take care of business when we step on the court in the game.
Well, girls, you both played phenomenal. Big win for the Cardinals today. Once again, turbo clock in a Class 5 school. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but at this point, it's just another day with the Tipton ladies. Thank you, girls, so much for coming up and letting us cover you here today.
Thank you so much.
That is Charlie Bailey, who now holds the record 9 threes and a half. Someone call Steph Curry and tell him he's got competition. And, of course, Maddie Carvajal, what a debut, as she was nothing shy of a pickpocket and a spark offensively, as we'll go ahead and get Jason queued back up here. Jason, I believe you're on 1. Turn you up there. All right, can we hear you again?
Me now?
It's amazing to me that, most teams, if you went out and you did what they did in that second half, you'd be ecstatic, over the moon. You talk to those girls, and it's like another day at the office. We got work to do.
Yeah, they got a bigger prize in mind, and their prize is at the end of the season. This is just the beginning, so got to give them credit, man. That's pretty impressive. That is a very impressive second half.
Oh, absolutely. They really got the scoring going. And do you know who got it done for the Lady Cards?
I do. Madison Carvajal in that first half did a lot of her damage, but she ended up with 13 total points, 11 of them in the first half. Anna Crane had 1. Charlie Bailey had 29, all in the second half. So where Carvajal left off, she just picked up. Laura Petrie with 2, Clara Williams with 19, and Ava Schlotzauer with 7.
That's what an incredible showing. And just adding to it more, Ava had 7. I promise you're not going to see Ava in single digits. Some people could look at that, and if you didn't know these Tipton cards, you didn't watch them play, you'd be like, oh, well, that Schlotzauer girl's probably not as good. No, there's a good chance next game Ava has 30 and 20.
Yeah, she could have 30 and 20 just like that. Sitting here looking at it, Tipton, they had 11 3-point field goals on the game. They had 14 2-point field goals. If you look for, I guess, if you're trying to find something that you could be a little critical of, 10 of 15 from the free throw line today for the Tipton Lady Cardinals, which for a lot of teams, that's really good. For Tipton, not really. For them. But, man, what a deal.
I'm sure Coach Culpepper and these girls will hyper-focus on the first half as well. There were some missed layups and shots inside they don't normally miss. And I do give a lot of that to a rust. It's your first game out. You're in an unfamiliar gym. You're 2 hours from home.
You're playing at a strange time after a long bus ride.
After a big emotional night.
There's a lot of things that kind of Yeah, I mean, these athletes are usually attuned to routines.
And to be
this
clear,
is all out of routine.
I'm not making any excuses for anyone here. They just turbo clocked Class 5 school. I don't have to make excuses for them. I'm simply saying what we just saw, I don't think was near the peak of what we're going to see this season.
Exactly.
I mean, Jace, this has been exciting as once again we are in the Bank of Versailles post-game show. On the drive here, we talked about, of course, the goal is always to get to a state championship game. After seeing them in this debut, do you feel like that goal is still obtainable and reachable?
Yes. Last season, when it ended, I remember thinking and saying that these Lady Cardinals will be back in the big game next year. I have no doubt. I mean, I have that much faith in them. And that was before the Carvajal girl moved in. So, and it looks like she's fitting in quite nicely with what the Lady Cardinals have got going on here. But yes. I believe they're a Final Four team, minimal.
I think if you have Tipton on your schedule, my sound advice, eat your Wheaties, take your vitamins, and hope for the best. Because these girls are on a mission, and this is one of the most talented teams that I have ever seen.
This really wasn't a very complete game.
No.
Tipton Lady Cardinals by any
means. They put 71 on the board. And it's not even their offense, their defense. Yes, they allowed 39, and like 8 of those were at the end of the game in crunch time. They easily could have held this Union squad to 30.
Easily.
I mean, that's absurd, but I don't know. Great game. We got Mizzou coming up a little later on this afternoon. I don't even remember what time they play. Mark, can you chime in with us real quick? What time does Mizzou play today? 1:15 pregame, so it'll be a 3:15 kickoff. Thank you, Mark. Mizzou in action tonight. Mizzou basketball on the radio tomorrow. We'll be back with the boys on Tuesday as the Eldon boys play host to Mountain Grove. Jason, any final thoughts on today's game?
No, just glad to be back at basketball again and getting to watch games like today, and we get these Lady Cardinals, and just glad to be back with you, Colt.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, man. We always have fun together, especially covering these Lady Cards. So for Mark, back at the studio, he's Jason. I'm Colton, and this has been another presentation of KS-95 Sports. Good night. Good day.
You've been listening to high school basketball on KS-95. This game was brought to you by Martin Metal and sponsored by Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles.